Welcome to another episode of Gari-On Talks. Gari-On is short for Garifuna Onward, and we're continuing our journey of, you know, using creative ways to bring attention to the learning and speaking of the Garifuna language. And our motto here is Garifuna language for today and tomorrow. So this is our effort to make sure the language continues for today and for the next generation. So today our guest is Leroy Nunez. That's what I know him as. He's a nephew of mine, and he's also known as Tola, and he's very popular in Belize, especially in Dangriga. And I I know currently that he's a member of the Nex Gen Band. So we're very happy to have him here as our guest. And, I'll hand it over to you, Tola, Leroy, my nephew, to talk a bit about your background and how you got started and your journey up to this point.
Okay. Hi. Like you just said, my aunt. My name is introducing myself again. My name is Leroy Nunez, better known as Tola. No, I'm a young musician from here in Dangriga. Um, my journey starts doing music long time. For I was in primary school.
Mhm,
Primary school. I start from when I was like in standard five. Started as a custodian, meaning they're on the musicians, you know. I started roll up the wires, set up the system before the bigger musician come out, and that
mhm,
kind of stuff. So my journey starts, and then I get interested. I there on it, I there on it, and I learn and learn and learn and learn till years go by, you know. They say like, oh, I want you start to play keyboard or I want you start learn the guitar and so and
mhm,
I done the wrong it so it's easier for me, and I learn a little and a little and a little, and I'm a young boy, I know to play a little bit of everything, a little bit of every instrument and so I start the journey. I go say the music business that you have to have love and passion for it. You have to
mhm,
have love and passion and patience. Love, passion, and patience you have to have when it comes to the music business.
mhm. So can you talk about, um, what was it like getting to this point, being on the next gen band? What other experiences do you have with, in the music
Yeah.
that
Well,
that led you up to now being in the next gen band?
yeah. Well, I went to school in Belize City, you know. I went to school
Mhm,
in Belize City, but like I could say I had a well, full Griga Legion because every
mhm,
holiday or every weekend I have to come home. I had a Griga, you know.
mhm,
Any event I have to come home. I had a Griga, and like I just born with this thing. Like I just born with this thing for Punta Rock power and music. Like I as I get up, first thing I want to hear that culture music.
mhm,
As I get up first thing, and like when I young, like my mother, you know, my mother me like that about me, you know.
mhm,
She me like that about me, like everything like this Lee boy culture. As they get up, you wanna knock. As they get up, And yeah, so my journey start like, I've been around um the first band I've been around is the band where I'm a Santino's Messengers. And from
mhm,
Messengers they turned to Kenny Gladden and a new creation band. And around there guys there be there. New creation band then, I end up come around with next band one me there one I say like a part, like a
mhm,
team, that
mhm,
new creation with the same Santino's Messengers. And then but then when I come down like here when I get older and so, and then I start what am I upon the time? Yeah, sweet pain. I
Mhm.
started growing and sweet pain, and then I used to get so a job for the boy and so, and then afterwards I joined the X band.
Mhm.
Yeah, I joined the X band after that, and after the X band, then after the X band, I may do I think
Mhm.
Then with Dunhill and their boy,
Mhm.
tell me, when X band man up, it never work out, but
Mhm.
just everybody got back that sweet pain back.
Mhm.
So I mean up there with the Griga boys and for Griga boys, I say this is my idea for a long time because I have the experience. I say what? Why not just bring out my own crowd?
Mhm.
You know, I have the experience and so, and then so things work out. That time, that boy used to call me, with the Nex Gen crowd.
Mhm.
Call me, boy, does never have time.
Mhm.
Never have time. I was always at work and so. So the boy, I was watching it on the live and thing, and I said, boy, this our sadly crowd, they just need a good front man like me.
Mhm.
And then I come along and things just tighten up further with my experience, my experience
Mhm.
I bring, when it comes to the band, things tighten up from there. And the first time we gone out at beach can play, we just gone out there and, like give back to the community,
Mhm.
We just gone out for a play from there and from there, the band just blew up big.
Mhm.
And we started to get jobs nearly every week. We did play
Mhm.
every week, yeah. From my
Very nice.
mm-hmm.
And so, what have you learned, from your journey up to this point in terms of being on a band or being a part of a band? What have you learned from that experience?
Well, I learn more personality, like how to deal with different personality because we own the band, Me and my
Mhm.
wife we own the band.
Mhm.
The band is like we own it. Exchange
Mhm.
band now for for here home. And experience is just like learn to deal with different personalities.
Mhm.
So like sometimes the band we have 12 man, like 12 young boys and a
Mhm.
different personalities. Sometimes the pressure until sometimes we got a story, sometimes this one no want eat this, sometimes that one no want
Mhm.
that,
Mhm.
no. So you have to know for like humble and work around those stuff.
Mhm.
It's just different personalities.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what advice would you give someone, who, especially younger kids who are watching you, who like what you're doing and are inspired by you to maybe one day and say, "Oh, I want to be like them,"
Yeah. There's
So,
a lot. There's
advice
a
would
lot.
you give that young person?
Well, I will say that never let no one tell you you can't.
Mhm.
There's nothing that once somebody tell you you can't do it, you prove to them. You prove and you show them that you could do it.
Mhm.
You never make nobody come and tell you you can't do this, you can't be a musician, you can't be at this, you never do it. Once you want it, you just go for it.
Mhm.
Once you believe in yourself and you just go for what you believe in.
Mhm.
My my statement to them.
Mhm. And how do you, because, being on a band, it takes a lot out of you. It's a job, it's
Yeah,
work.
yeah,
And it takes a lot of discipline. And like you say, you have to have passion for it.
yeah.
You have to really like it to do it and
Mm-hmm.
work hard and
Mm-hmm.
show up on time and give
Yep,
your best
yep.
whenever you show up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So in terms of how do you keep everybody in line to make sure that they're doing what they have to and they show up and not just show up but show up on time and do what they need to do?
Yeah, well, with that, it's just discipline. You have to. I talk to them and they know that it's a serious thing. It's a business we're running, and you
Mhm.
know, when I don't have people money, the pressure is on me. So when
Mhm.
the pressure is on me, I have to put pressure on you guys.
Mhm. Mhm.
Just business.
Right.
Mm.
And do you share like your um what you've learned in terms of, keeping up and staying disciplined and staying dedicated and committed to the job? Do you share like what you've learned from your
Yeah,
experience with them so that they can, do better or be better?
yeah. Always I share like I well most of them like I'm the one of the oldest on the band, and they look up to me on certain things. So
Mhm.
certain things they ask me and so on. I always try lead them in the right direction,
Mhm.
in the right direction. I never like tell her like once they ask me I experience that I like tell her like
Mhm.
this is how I work, but I've
Mhm.
been do that before, and once listen that this is how it happen, I give the
Right.
insight. Yeah,
Right. I think that make a big difference. A lot of times, you know, people tend to go astray. For example, young people,
yeah,
and a lot of the reasons or some of the reasons is sometimes they don't have someone to guide them. Someone to talk to, someone to ask for advice. So I'm glad that you're taking it upon yourself to make sure you mentor them and you do your best to guide them,
yeah,
in the right direction. And
yeah,
hopefully they will make, good choices.
yeah. And
So,
that like how I always talk to them about, I always tell them like, yo, make we get it tight now, make we put in the work now, so when we get older we could relax.
mm-hmm,
Like that. I try give them positive thought.
mm-hmm,
We put in the work now. We're young. We have the
yeah,
energy. We have the drive. So if we put in the work now, so when we get older, we could relax.
mm-hmm. And what's your, growing up, which artist or performer inspired you to say, well, boy, I like what this person did, though I wanna be he or be he or she one day.
I just say, I, me all about the locals, like when it comes to Punta Rock, so all about locals. Like I rather my own culture. So I'll say like I look up like Super G.
Mm,
Super G, you have Mohobob, there's different aspect that where I look upon when it comes to the whole music. Like, all right, in general, most people I still look up to the day, auntie. And I say when it comes to engineer parting of the music, cause that's a big part of the music. To make
mhm,
the music sound good, you have big system. I will hats off to
mhm,
Alobando, Uncle Babakas, you know. No, I would say like musician where I watch growing up and say that they do a good job. I say Super G, Reckless, Lord, that Punta Rebels crowd.
mhm,
Yeah, that Punta Rebels crowd and Titty Man, Titty Man,
mhm,
Mohobob, Miami, all the legends, Chago, them man where, pave the way for it for where.
mhm. And seem to like stand the test of time, been doing it for so long
Mm-hmm,
and doing it well still. So
mm-hmm,
yeah, yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah, good. And so what was it like growing up for you? I know your dad is Garifuna, he's my
Yeah,
brother,
yeah,
but your mom is, I guess, Creole,
yeah,
right? So how was it growing up for you, knowing that you're part Garifuna?
yeah.
What was it like growing up for you?
Auntie, it was like it never rough, meaning like it never rough, and my mother never one day like she that like them. Why stop saying that thing here, you know? And then for I get the music correct, like I always wow sing the music, like forget for I sing a song and from a young boy, I always ask elders like family members,
Mhm.
as you know, what is correct words, how we put
Mhm.
it together, and they guide me.
Mhm.
Yeah, like
Right.
yeah, and they, like ask my father, like my uncle Ching, I
Mhm.
ask, your brother is them, and I ask like, unks, this word, pronunciation, because some of the older words different from the newer words to the day.
Mhm. That's true.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. And so do you do you speak and or understand Garifuna?
Yeah, a little. I could get it wrong. Yeah, a little.
Mhm. So can people talk about you in Garifuna?
No, no, no. Mm,
Okay. So you'll have a good handle, good enough handle on it.
yeah.
Hmm. All right. So, and what do you say to someone who, you know, would like to, who either doesn't speak the language but understand it, or don't understand it nor speak the language but want to learn? What advice would you give to that person?
Oh, say like no, we have some books that teach a Garifuna language and certain things, and I notice now it's a lot like even on TikToks and they sure have a Garifuna, you know, somebody they teach a language right on the TikTok, YouTube. We have no, and everything, and to go and learn it. It's just patient, and dedication. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that they could learn after everything and put the interest. Once you put the interest in something, you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, what is it like for you? Um, what is it like for you recording a song? What your process from like getting an idea for a song
Yeah.
and then eventually going to record it, and then after you record, then how does it, get out there?
Yeah.
And then once it get out there, how you approach, performing that song, sharing it with people, with the world, and maybe eventually like how, your song Wrong and Wrong um became this,
It's
huge,
song.
huge, exactly.
It's song.
How does that process work from the moment you get that idea to recording it, to sharing it with the world,
Yeah.
to then make it into a video and make it into, this huge thing?
Yeah.
What was that process like for you?
Yeah. Well, we just do it live like every time I perform. We just do the song live, but I say when I sing this song, I say everybody to gravitate to it.
Mhm.
So I say, all right, this will work, you know. By the
Mhm.
time I say when I holla, who they in the house? Next gen in the house. I say, all right, that was capture,
Mhm.
All right, then that's something where I could live on.
Mhm.
You try it first. I like try it first, and when I see work, and I see
Mhm.
connect, then I go record. Then so like that how the song we recorded. Me and Junimar, method, we're like brothers,
Mhm.
We're like we're close,
Mhm.
We're musician brothers, and
Right.
yeah, we're musician brothers. So so when a song I see the song hit and so like every time I go play out and so and the song hit and then I say I call June tomorrow and I said, boy June, only I could set up at least 2 the time. One time I back certain time, all right then I say all right then we're ready, we set for that June.
Mhm.
We're gone now and we will record it and we record it now, We say but only way because I know a lot about the music, right?
Mhm.
So I said, only way this could work and get bigger songs and say certain things I want, like sharing knowledge to with people.
Mhm.
Some songs only get big when they have a video side.
Mm.
Yeah. Cause some songs go good, but people want to see who they do the music.
Visual, yeah. To
Yeah.
get that additional connection, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't know this stuff.
Mhm.
People just record and just put the song out there and feel like like just go big. If the song have to have a video and a reaction aside, right?
Mhm. Mhm. Right.
Yeah.
And so tell me about the matter of fact, let's switch gears a little bit so we could talk a little bit um more about the song.
Yeah.
So I will share my screen with you. Just let me know that you can see it. Let me share this one instead. So you can see my screen.
It's something.
All right. So this is uh this is Next Gen's video on YouTube.
Yes.
The very big song.
Yeah.
As you can see, I was trying to check the views. Where's the views? Usually it would show you it right on top, but I'm not seeing it. I see the number of subscribers. But even the number of subscribers says a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so I will play, a snippet of the video so people who are not familiar with it will learn about the video and learn a little bit about Next Gen.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Sure.
let me play that.
Who there in the house? Next Gen in the house. What's to that, yeah? Next Gen in the house. You want the management, right? Next Gen yeah, I see that. Yeah, Phuket. Yeah, impressed. Mr. Carol, the owner. I say, who there in the house? Next Gen in the house. I say, who there in the house? Next Gen in the house. I say, who there in the house? Next Gen in the house. I run around. I run around. I run Next Gen, one of the best. Dangriga Town, we the best. I could put my chest. Next Gen, one of the best. Dangriga Town, we the one of the best. I run around, I run, I run, I run, I run, 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 I run, I run, I run, I run, 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 I run, I run, I run, 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 I run, I run. Just talk to them. Put it where it hurt. Put it where it hurt. I say put it where it hurt. Just put it where it hurt.
Okay, so that was a clip of the song on YouTube. So tell us about, tell us about the video and what was it like shooting the video and who worked, who was the director and how, and who put the video together.
Yeah. I was the director of the video, and Radel, a young camera guy in here in Belize right now. He's doing
Mhm,
good, you know.
mhm,
Yeah, Radel, And We just come. We actually shoot the video on one spot and right here home in this year.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Well done.
mhm,
Well done to you and Rydell and the
yeah,
team for, putting it together. That shows, your talent and dedication and love for the music,
yeah,
and skill to
mhm,
be able to produce something like that,
yeah,
and have it be received so well by many. So
yeah,
kudos to you and and the next gen team
yeah,
and Rydell, he would be known as the producer,
yeah,
the producer
yeah.
of the video.
He's
Mm-hmm.
the camera guy and the producer. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but June Mar record the song.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Right. He's a
yeah,
music producer of the song.
yeah,
Okay. Well done. Kudos to Junimar as well.
yeah,
All right. So I'd like to switch gears a little bit. Um, so I will share my screen again.
mhm,
And so I'm going to show you some images. Actually, we're going to play a game that I came up with called Garifuna Word Match. So I'm going to show you, um, let me share my screen and you tell me when you can see it.
yeah,
Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you some images.
mhm,
So they have the English word and I'll tell you the English word as well, even though it's also, listed there.
yeah,
So in this column, they have the English word,
mhm,
and the next column, they have the Garifuna word, but it's all mixed up. It's jumbled.
yeah,
So the the game is for you to match the right word with the right, picture, the right image.
mhm,
So, and then in this row, I will put as you tell me, I will put the correct word beside the image. Make
yeah,
sense?
yeah,
So the first one is an example. So this is how it's going to look. So the first one is book, and then the word for book is garada.
mhm.
All right. Have you heard that one before? Garada?
Carada, yeah.
Right. So that's the Garifuna dictionary,
Mhm.
or the word for book. So the next one, are you able to see the image clearly, or should I zoom in a little bit?
Can you zoom in a little?
Okay. So let me zoom in better.
Yeah.
All right. So this next one is picture of song lyrics. I'll just call it song. Do you know the word for song in Garifuna?
Song?
Right.
The word for song,
So the word options, let me list the word options for you because the answers are there,
mm,
It's just to match it to the correct image.
mm,
So is it Vanidara? Is it Bea?
mm,
Is it Agoto?
mm.
Is it Oremo?
The word song?
Yes.
The word song be
Or is it Uma? So there's
can you
Uma.
repeat it again?
So I'll go in reverse of how I went. So the options are Uma, Oremo,
Mm-hmm.
Agoto, Bea, Vanidara. So which one of those words you think is song in Garifuna?
Can you back up Sandy? Yeah, be the first one now. Uh, what are the first one? Andy?
So this is song. This is
Yeah.
verb for song.
Yeah.
So which word do you think matches song in Garifuna? You
Huh?
don't need to repeat them again.
Yeah.
So we have Fanidera,
Yeah. That
Bea.
that's it. Don't that
What's it?
Fayugura.
Fanidera.
Fanidera. Correct, right?
No.
Wrong?
So let's try again, or rather, let's go to the next one. Let's skip this one for now. So the next one is road.
Mm.
Is it Fanidera? Is it Bea? Is it Agutu? Is it Oremo? Is it Uma?
Uh,
Which one do you think?
think it is. Think it, Uma. Uma.
Okay, that's right. So that's Uma. So let's put it in as you get it correct so that we know which one we have already. So that one is out because we have that one already. So the next picture is the Garifuna flag.
On a flock.
Right. Is it Vanedera? Is it Bea? Is it Agutu? Is it Oremo?
Van Vanigura. Vanigura.
Vanedera.
Vanigura.
That's right.
Mm.
So now this one is out because we have this one correct already. So I'm going to put it there in yellow. Okay. So the next one is Garifuna clothing. Is it
Garifuna clothing.
Garifuna clothing? Hmm. No, I'm not seeing that word here. Why is that? And anyway, let's skip this one for now because I don't see the word for it here. I made a mistake with that one. So let's skip that one for now. So the next one is grandmother.
Nugushu. Not good. Not good. Not good.
Nagut, meaning my
Grand.
grandmother, right?
Yeah.
But just grandmother.
Yeah.
So the words that are here, is it Uremu? Is it Agutu? Is it Bea? So which of these three words do you think it is?
Agutu.
Agutu, right. So we're gonna put that here. So the only ones that we haven't used, remember this one is still left, the word for song. So we
Mm.
haven't used Bea, um, Uremu. Which one do you think it is?
Song. Uremo.
Mm-hmm. Uremu, very good. So we're gonna put that beside the picture. There we go. So the word for song is
Uremo.
Oremo. The word for road is Uma.
Um. Uma. Uma.
Uma.
Uma.
The word for flag is
Um.
Sanidira.
Pa ni. Pa nigra.
Fani Dira.
Panidira.
Fani Dira, right. That's why. Okay. And the word for grandmother?
Na, Agutu.
Agutu. So if
Agutu.
you're saying my grandmother, you would say
Nagut. Nagut.
Nagutu,
Nagut.
meaning you're saying my grandmother. But if you're just saying grandmother,
Mm,
it will be Agutu.
Agutu.
Okay, great. So very good. So hopefully you learned some words today,
Yeah.
and hopefully you'll use them or recognize them when you hear somebody using them. No?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So let's switch gears again. I will switch the screen and go to this one. So remember these pictures that we just saw?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the picture I was showing. I know it was a little bit smaller, so it wasn't that obvious, you know. So this picture is meant to represent a song, and this is one of the songs by Gui called Mabusedo Wama. Have you
Mm-hmm.
heard that song?
Yeah.
Mabusedo Wama.
Mm-hmm.
Garifuna, how do you go again?
Amusulawa.
Lida, right.
Lida
What?
Kodeme. Magura Yehowa.
What?
Agubadiwa. Wagu.
Right, right. And this song, I think, is very important,
Mm-hmm.
as a message to us to not be ashamed of our culture because we are strong, we're resilient, we're farmers, we work hard.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think he uses this song to sort of inspire us and let us know that we are strong people, and you know we should not be ashamed of our culture
Mm-hmm.
and of course our language. Do you remember the word for song?
Uyuma. Wow.
Uremu.
Uremu. Uremu.
Right. So no make people talk by your front of your face and say Loremu um Tula, you know, and not know what a word mean. So song Oremu.
Mm-hmm.
And because you're using and saying like putting a pronoun by saying it's somebody's song, just like with Aguto, we were saying Naguto, meaning my grandmother, and then just the word and just saying grandmother, just like with song, Luremu, his song,
Mm-hmm.
while just the word song is Uremu.
Yeah.
And then this one I was going to include as well. Have you heard the word for sea? I think that was in the other one, but have you heard the word? Do you know what the word Garifuna word is for sea?
Larabea.
Bea, right. By the sea, Larabea.
Yeah.
So this is by when we were in Hopkins by the
Mm-hmm.
beach. We went to get some food. Me and your my sister, me and one of your aunts.
Yeah.
So yeah, in Hopkins.
Mm-hmm.
Very beautiful place. And so I noticed, you the man who like dance, you're a performer.
Yeah.
So do you know the word for dancing?
Dance. Wabinaha.
Abinahani,
Binaha. Binaha. Yeah.
meaning dancing. Abinahani,
Binaha.
meaning dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And do you know the name of this dance that's being
Wanaraba.
shown in this photo? 1 hour ago. Right. Actually, it's a Cherry Canary, no?
Yeah.
Whenever I got another one, how you call it, with the call and all that.
Yeah, no, this one is one hour.
Oh, Naraga. So
Yeah,
the one with the call,
Chickenary.
yeah, Canary. See,
Yeah,
I'm getting it switched up.
yeah,
Thanks for correcting me. So this other one is road. You saw this picture before. Do you remember the word for road?
yeah. Road. Be
Mm-hmm.
Huma, Huma, Huma,
Uma.
Huma,
Like you're saying ooh, Uma.
Huma.
All right. Oh, and I know, you know, with your career, you guys tend to travel a lot.
Yeah,
So what have you learned from some of your travel, going from place to place and performing there and, you know,
yeah,
maybe going to that place for the first time and having perform, to a new crowd?
yeah. It's basically you just have to like watch your audience, know what type of vibe to bring. When you reach there, you have to just watch your audience, see what type of level the hype, and to
Mhm.
suit that
Mhm.
energy. Because you can't once a next artist don't have the crowd on a level, and you go there and
You
drop
have
that
to
level.
match it
Yeah,
or
yeah,
exceed it if you
raise the
can.
bar. Yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
Different. Every time it's a different show or a different event,
Mhm.
a different show. Cause are different people,
Mhm.
Yeah. So you can't say the same show where I give this. So whether PG or Belize City, that were totally different type of people, totally different
Mhm.
kind of vibe. So it's
Mhm.
not to be a next show.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. That's good advice for people who want to pursue a career in music and want to be able to perform in front of a crowd. So this next picture is the Garifuna drum. You
Yeah.
know the word for drum in
Yeah.
Garifuna?
Garabo.
Dararo.
Gararo.
Dararo. And of course there's two type of drums, the smaller one,
Mm.
and then the bigger one. The primero,
And
smaller
second.
one, and the bigger one, the segundo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what does the drum mean to you, the Garifuna drum, when you heard it, when you hear it playing,
Yeah.
or do you play drums? Or
Yeah.
I know you said when you were younger, your
Yeah.
mom,
Mm.
always say, "Oh, this boy, he did knock again or
Yeah.
whatever." So, what does the drum mean to you?
It's mean a whole lot, that it just give me a feeling, like a feeling where just come over me, when I hear the drums knock,
Mm-hmm.
as, a feeling just
You
go,
feel it,
have
yes.
to rock. Mm.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
have
That's
to.
the power of our drums.
Mm.
That's the power of our drum.
Mm.
Okay, somebody say it has a whole personality of its own
Yeah.
and it knows how to
Mm-hmm.
call you
Yeah.
towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Powerful, powerful.
yes, that's the word. Yes. So here we have the Garifuna flag again.
Mm.
Um, do you remember the word for Garifuna flag?
The word for the flag is flag in Garifuna.
Mm-hmm.
The uh, the
You
Garifuna
remember?
flag.
Yes, the flag in Garifuna. Just flag
One need the
with an F. It's fun, like, fun in yourself. Fun. Nidira.
Fanidira. Fanidira.
Nidira.
Yeah,
That's right. Or, if you want to say Garifuna flag, you know, Fanidira Garinago,
yeah,
you know,
Fanidira Garinago.
Garinago. And of you being Garifuna and knowing about the Garifuna flag, what does seeing or the Garifuna flag mean to you?
It's mean a whole lot. You know, it's mean a whole lot, and we have to respect the flag. Know how to set the flag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, know how to set the flag because some incident I see some people set the flag different when I go to like certain venues and so they have the
Mm-hmm.
flag back way. So it's
Mm-hmm.
good like if you say that, make them know where the flag, which color bin is the top, which color bin is
Mm-hmm.
the bottom, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this was one that I had there, or thought that the wanted to have there. But so you've seen the Garifuna clothing. You probably have worn the dashiki,
Yeah.
to events,
Yeah.
um, or whenever you want to wear it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
do you know what the word for clothing or Garifuna clothing is in Garifuna?
For the
Have you
meal,
heard people use? Yeah, well, for like for example in this photo, or just say just really just the word Garifuna clothing.
yeah.
Do you know the word for clothing in Garifuna?
So then,
Like when people see you dressed in your Garifuna, you know, in your
oh, you got
dashiki
your
or
here, you have
right.
you know,
Or when you see females dressed in their Garifuna suit, like the one here in the photo, you know. Do you know the word for clothing?
and I quite remember at this time.
Okay, so clothing is like with this, if I say Garifuna clothing, I believe it's Hadorogo Garifuna clothing, Hadorogo, meaning clothes that you're wearing.
Yeah.
And then of course the blouse is Shagidi and the skirt is what's the word for skirt? Um I can't remember the word for skirt.
Voodoo,
Moment.
voodoo.
Gudu. See?
Voodoo.
There you go. There you go. That's the Garifuna coming out of you, Leroy.
Yeah.
Uh, and their moose sweat, their head ties,
Yeah.
And so the word for grandmother. Do you remember the word?
Agut.
Agutu, right? And this is a drawing, a photo, a painting that I did of my mom,
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
grandma,
my grandmother. That's why I watch it. I watch it and I say, if
right? Right.
you're granny. Mm.
Right. So what does your you know what does your grandma mean to you? You know.
She means a whole lot to me. That once I never like because of she never may I reach as far to it and the music and so because she used to guide us the right way. Like growing up, she teach we, you know, for we young get up early in the morning, go to the beach, the sun, we just have to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, every morning
That
routine.
right. Value of hard work, no?
Yeah, yeah. Every morning we just go to the beach, the sun have to come home, rake the yard, you
Mm-hmm.
know. It's a everyday thing, it
Mm-hmm.
builds us, every Saturday or those, my granny and bake up and
Right, right.
chanting, yeah.
Make sure we eat.
Yeah,
Make sure we do what we need for the too.
yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
miss her.
strict, but
I miss
strict,
her.
but they
But
strict
I'm
me
grateful
with that.
for all that she's learned. She's
Yeah,
taught, me.
yeah. It's one thing.
Mm-hmm. Um, so this is a photo. I just call it Garfna people, celebrating at an event. So
Mm.
do you know the word for Garfna people?
Garifuna people.
Mm-hmm.
Garifuna, yeah, I am a, like, like people, or it's a whole people, or like Garifuna Nuguya, like I am a Garifuna.
So that's I am
Garifuna,
a Garifuna
that's like,
Garifuna Nuguya, but
yeah.
to just say
Garifuna
Garifuna
Greek,
people.
Garifuna Greek,
Well, remember Garifuna when you're talking about people, the word Garinago means Garifuna people. Just the word Garinago
yeah.
is good enough.
Cover overall.
Right.
Garinago.
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 You know. Garinago Nogea. Garinago Bugea.
Yeah, I
So Garinago.
Garinago Buguya.
Right. So you're saying you're Garifuna. And I
Mm,
say Garinago Nogea. I am Garifuna.
I
All right.
mhm.
So here it is again, the Garifuna dictionary. Do you remember the word for book?
Book.
Mm-hmm.
Word for book could be garada.
Garida. Very good. Garida. So Garida Garifuna. No Garifuna book, Garifuna dictionary. Just Garida is fine. All right. So other than what we've spoken about, what other talents or hobbies do you have or engage in when you're uh not working on the band, or working on music? What other talents or hobbies do you have?
Music. I like football. That is one of my
Hmm.
favorite sports.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Do
and
you participate or do you just watch
those
the game?
those those. I used to
Hmm.
play on semi-pro team, and so younger, but now,
Hmm.
you know, more dedicated to the music.
Hmm.
Yeah, to be a good footballer.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So now you just support and watch
yeah,
games. Okay, great. And do you think it's important to have, hobbies?
yeah. Hmm.
Hmm. So what have you learned from when you used to play football? And why do you like football so much?
I love it so much because it's keep you occupied, and then, fun. When you're idle, I don't know really a person who like idle and hang out, and I value my time, meaning that
Hmm.
I mostly spend time with family more than, they out there and idle and with friends, and so, I
Hmm.
rather stay with like family, or once I do that, then go play at least sports or something.
Hmm.
Positivity.
Right, that's everything. That's what I believe as
Mm-hmm.
well. All right, so we saw samples of your work already, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so remember this photo on the left?
That me when I baby.
And then on the right is a screenshot of the video, a scene in the video, the Next Gen video that we were watching earlier. But
Yeah,
do you remember the photo on the left?
yeah. That when we did that, Auntie Rose,
Mm-hmm.
Auntie Rose, that granny,
Mm-hmm.
right that
You
granny,
see,
right?
yeah,
Right there.
right, right. And you see that TV the back, the old photo, guys. You see,
Yeah.
see that TV?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a long time picture, baby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
where do you see yourself in the next year or few years? What's next for you?
Auntie, I have a lot of different things going on. A lot of different things, and then I always just wanna, you know, be on a certain level. Be on a certain level, meaning like stay, elevate. I depend more. build and build and just get better and better
Mhm.
every aspect, everything I'm doing,
Mhm.
Yeah, not everything
Okay.
because I have different things going on for me other than from the band,
Mhm.
Yeah, I have different things going on.
Mhm.
And even if I have right now I had to work on trying to get a really good sound system because
Mhm.
I feel like here in Dangriga we need a good sound system,
Mhm.
so that one of my goal, trying to get a tight, good, really big sound system.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. And so um so have you are you are you along with Next Gen working on, is there an album out already, or it's just single you're releasing and then eventually release the album?
Yeah, it's just right now we're working on one singles at this time, but it's in the making for we to do an
Mhm.
album.
Mhm.
We have a young band, we have a young band, and we to me I satisfy. I'm not really satisfied as yet, but I'm okay with the we're just out for a year and we done record about 4 songs.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the band
Mhm.
is just 1 year old.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So eventually you will be able to put out an album.
yeah, eventually.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Mhm.
Sounds good. So, you have the band, you have your music. So
Yeah,
if people are interested in learning more about Next Gen, learning more about you and, the work you do,
yeah, and yeah,
or reach out to you to hire you, you
yeah,
know, to perform at events,
yeah,
how can people reach out to you?
yeah. We have a contact number.
Mhm.
We have a 610 at 2 610 at 222
Okay. And can
23
they
3, sorry, 610 at 223.
okay. And can
Six,
they call you on WhatsApp?
yeah,
Okay. And this is the only way people can reach you to learn more about you or about Next Gen and
Facebook
possibly.
page. We have Facebook page. We have TikTok.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
what's the name on Facebook and TikTok?
Nex Gen Band.
Okay. And it's spelled
NEX.
NEXGN?
Yeah,
Okay. And this is the way how people can that's the name both on Facebook and TikTok?
yeah,
Okay. Sounds good.
and then we provide. Once you hire, we come with everything. We have one system.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, we provide like everything. Once you hire the band, we come with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Mhm.
All right. So now that we are only put here, I'm gonna say here on earth for, a period of time and to serve a purpose. So at the end of the day, when God says, it's time, how do you want people? I know you're young,
Yeah.
um, but you've learned a lot because you've experienced a lot. So
Yeah.
when people when that day comes, how do you want people to remember you, when they hear the name Leroy Nunez and they hear the name Tola?
Yeah.
How do you want people to remember you?
The everybody have everybody have different but I want to always remember me as a you know cool person, a humble person, understanding, you know like loving, and like me and people could get along. Then I'm a people
Mhm,
person. Yeah, I'm a
mhm,
really a people person. Yeah.
mhm. Okay, good. So I want to thank you. my nephew, Leroy,
Okay.
for being here, for, sharing your experiences and giving of yourself, And so I'm very grateful that you're able to be here and have this conversation with me. And hopefully, we're able to reach more young people to sort of bring more awareness to the Garifuna language and culture and um, why it's important to be proud of it and embrace it. Um, so I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, Sereme, Sereme, Sereme.
Yeah. Sure, me too, Auntie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I will hand it over to you to give the last words. Any last words?
Yeah. Well, I just wanna big up my family, big up my wife, you know. And I probably should big up my dad, big up my uncles, big up you, all my aunts.
Hmm.
I love you guys.
Love you too.
Big up my mother-in-law, big up my sister-in-laws, big up everybody, I love they guys too. Then they love me, and
Hmm.
yeah, life goes on, man.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Tolaji, Leroy, Sarah May.
Aye.
Ayo.
Ayo.